can stay right here.
We still have good. So first of all, how did you guys get chosen?
We're just undergraduates.
Yeah, we didn't really get chosen. It was really hard to get everyone on the same page, so some of us just decided to come in and do the talking because we do want to take initiative at some point. And although sometimes big press can be difficult, we just love the power that we have.
Sure.
Yeah, at least you guys got to see the many amount of people. We started out with 400 actually, if not more.
Sure.
Yeah, so we just wanted to.
Earlier
Thank you for
today.
coming in.
Thank you.
You mean today?
Yeah, we started at around 12 p.m. We started right at 12.
On a Friday with gorgeous weather outside.
Definitely.
That's
yeah.
leadership.
Thank you. We do have a few questions for you guys
Sure.
though. What initiatives are you guys taking to better improve the conditions for the graduate students and undergraduate students? I don't know if you guys are aware of the situation at UC Santa Cruz, and we stand in solidarity with them as well as other students. We just were told not so long ago, we made a FaceTime with one of the students over there, that 230 students are going to be unemployed because of the movement that we're trying to create. Is there anything, what are your guys' perspectives on that? And
What is your understanding of the 230 students and what, I guess you need to let me know what the basis for that was, what they're telling you.
Well, they didn't.
Okay, so essentially, graduate students are having a really hard time just like surviving and meeting their basic needs. Like there's no guaranteed summer employment. Pay is only I think like $2,000 for graduate students when like rent averages around like 1,000. Yeah, there are people just like living on top of each other because they can't really afford, like housing or apartments.
We have like 6 students living in a 2-bedroom apartment, like it's with like 1 bathroom. So the conditions that they're in aren't.
Yeah. So that's what COLA is, cost of living adjustments. That's what the UC Santa Cruz grad students are currently demanding currently and are being threatened with expulsion for just wanting their basic needs met. Again, food, the graduate students are currently starving. One of my good friends, like Zane, he barely makes enough money to really even get by, and that makes me like horrified. If he has to struggle that much because he puts in so much time for this like university, that we should really be taking care of him at a much higher standard than what is currently happening.
Sure. And is he communicating that, because it's our understanding that the chancellor is having regular conversations with the graduate students, either directly or through representatives. Is that your understanding? That's
no,
our
that's not my
understanding.
understanding. So Chancellor Gary May has only responded to the graduate students.
Well, that's here. I thought you were referring to your friend up at Santa
There
Cruz.
was, yes, I think there was a written statement. Want to Google that?
I don't have my phone with me.
Okay.
All I know is that the Chancellor has currently not come out in total support of the graduate students. Again, they're being done with the expulsion.
Okay.
And like a lot of the graduate students that currently have visas, they're being threatened that the visas are going to be taken away. So obviously for those immigrants, that's a very hard issue for them. And I met like a bunch of students were like arrested in like Santa Cruz this past week. So that's been very disheartening.
So, I don't know if maybe you know this information already, but the graduate students who I think are being threatened with possibly not having their contracts continued, those are the same graduate students who didn't provide grades for the undergraduates that they taught.
We're aware, yeah, that's part of the strike.
We're aware of that.
Yeah.
That's part of the
So
strike.
that's why today we're protesting in solidarity with the UC Santa Cruz, yeah, because this is the day where grades are due, and the university has again threatened disciplinary action if those
they
grades
don't
are
turn
not
in the
turned
grades.
in.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, it's kind of like we won't turn in the grades unless we get some sort of action from your guys' behalf and the university's behalf. So if you guys do, make a plan where we have affordable housing, then maybe we will. I mean, the university is made up of the students. So the students, or in this case, the grad students, don't turn in the grades, and there's no way we can continue, the functioning system that we have now.
Sure.
So it's just a way for us. That's our way of protesting. Like we need action from you guys, and we will give you what we've been giving you this whole time.
Yeah, so whether that's cost of living adjustments or even like substantial pay rates for graduate students that again do not currently make enough money to meet their basic needs. That's currently what we're asking for.
I know the Chancellor at Santa Cruz had proposed providing some housing subsidy to graduate students to help make housing more affordable in the Santa Cruz community. I don't know if you already know about that. I think part of the conversation that we're having at the Santa Cruz campus was, let's sit down and develop the full plan for providing those subsidies. But before I can actually do that, I need you to turn in the grades for all the undergraduates who have already taken classes. So
Yeah.
it's kind of, I feel like I'm sensing there's not enough maybe communication happening, because there are proposals on the table to try to make progress. Now maybe it's not enough progress. I get that. It's a really tough situation. But I do think that there have been some proposals out there to begin to address the issues, but somehow
How about UC
they're.
Davis?
I'm happy to talk about Davis. Davis, as you know, we have the most robust housing growth in housing
But it is
across the system.
with very high prices. I'm currently an undergrad paying around like 14,000 on the triple.
1,400.
And that's only for a 5-day meal plan, which is I also come from a low income family, and it's very difficult to afford these kind of things. And
Absolutely.
I know you guys give us the option of housing outside, but because I'm not from the area, I wasn't familiarized with the leasing time frame that they give and things like that, so we have no other alternative but
Yeah,
to
and like at UC Davis, even the housing that's being developed is in West Village. Now that like development currently for West Village, that's one of the most expensive
It's like
housing
That was phase
developments.
1. Phase 2 is going to be a university housing, which is going to be at 20% below the market rates in the city of Davis. And we're also hoping, because we're bringing online 5,000 more beds in Davis. As you know, the Davis housing market is really tight. Once we bring on 5,000 more beds, we're hoping that the rents in Davis stabilize. They don't continue to increase. If you've been here for any length of time, you know the rents keep increasing every year.
Every year,
And
rent is
that's
going
because
up.
there's not enough housing.
Yeah, there is a housing crisis in Davis.
And so we're going to bring on 5,000 more beds, and that hopefully will curb the rapid increases in rents that have been occurring.
It's not just rents though, because like UC Davis is accepting more and more students every year, so that's why like the housing
We're not
situation is
continuing
so
to grow unless we get additional state resources, because we need to provide you with a quality education. So we've already agreed that we're not going to grow more unless we get more state resources to make sure that all of you as our students get what you need in order to be successful here.
How would you feel about a pay raise for all the graduate students? Because they currently make, I believe, $2,000 a month. Like, how much do you make per month?
How much do I make? I can figure that out. But, graduate students are absolutely critical to the entire educational process here, as you know. They agreed to a contract. The graduate students themselves voted on this contract, so it's not like they just got stuck with it.
So is the contract flexible, or are we allowed to make any switches?
It's reopened in 2022. That's when negotiations
So in
started.
2 years? So
Correct.
not currently this year.
Not currently this year, that's correct.
Is there anything we can do about changing the time frame of when we should change?
The only people who have that authority are the two parties that agree to it, which is the union that represents the graduate students, as well as the Office of the President, which negotiated on behalf of the university system. So if both parties agree to reopen, they potentially could reopen, but it takes both parties agreeing to that.
So I just, and again, just in the interest of time, and since you guys made the effort to come and talk to us, which we appreciate, is one of it is, I think Debbie and I are obviously visiting here today, and it wasn't for this obviously because we had a planned trip here to visit the campus, and the point being, as Regents, that we want to learn about the various campuses. So we've been on this campus and other campuses as well too. So at least speaking for myself anyway, is I was just interested in what the movement was. And I've heard a number of things. I heard solidarity with UC Santa Cruz graduate students. And thanks for bringing that up. Obviously confirming what you guys are doing was great. Then I heard housing issues here at Davis, cost of housing, cost of basic needs across the board. So is it all of the above? Is it
It starts out with
Um,
so I know fully what it is that you
all
guys...
of the above.
Okay.
Yeah, so like one of the reasons that like food security is a huge issue, especially UC Davis, again, is because of like really low minimum wage and pay rates, like as well as like housing costs. Like we have what's called the pantry here at UC Davis, which provides free food to students. Like there's like a long line every morning for students that like need food, you know, because they don't have like the money in their bank account to be able to like have access to those needs. Unfortunately, we are currently having the student government elections for UC Davis, and the pantry, which provides food for undersupplied students, is on like the chopping block with essentially a lot of the other ASUCD programs and resources. So it'd be a real shame if that ballot measure does not pass.
It did pass.
And it did pass?
It did pass.
Okay.
So the pantry will remain.
Well, there you go. You learned something here today.
No, but it's kind of, all these problems kind of intertwine or have some
Sure.
relation to each other. Obviously, if we don't get paid enough and we can't afford housing, if housing's at high cost and we're not getting paid well enough, well, obviously there's a problem going on there. Besides that, if we don't have enough for housing, then we won't have enough for food. So that's why we're mentioning and throwing all these problems at you, but it all starts with one simple thing of how much we're getting paid, and everything plays a vital role.
So is there any way to reopen contract negotiations before 2022 or no?
I'll be honest, it takes two parties to agree to that, and I don't know.
What would those two parties be? What would the two parties be?
That said earlier, it's the union, the UAW, and the university. And both parties would have to agree that that's something that they want to sit down and negotiate. But right now, there's an agreement in place through 2022.
Okay, so would there potentially be a way to like renegotiate that with those two parties?
So that happens at the university system-wide level, along with the union. And as you know, I work here at Davis. I can try to find contact information for you to help submit a petition or a request, but that's all I can do from where I sit at campus level.
Okay. And
Does that make sense?
Yeah. As for you guys, when you guys come visit the universities, would you guys pick up and what kind of actions do you guys take?
What do you mean?
And I'm afraid they only have 3 more minutes. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so you said that you guys came just to visit the campus?
Sure.
For what purpose?
Well, I know. Yeah.
Each campus is unique, and students, we meet with faculty, we meet with staff, we meet with services.
So when you guys learn something about the campus or the environment, would you guys
So we all sit on committees as well, so it informs our decisions on committees. One of them is
Basic needs.
which is food and housing insecurity, and that was started as a task force a year and a half ago. That's up in November of 2020, and it's addressing exactly this issue.
And look, one of the things that I want to do is, thank you guys for your advocacy, because obviously being an advocate for yourselves and for your fellow students is an important aspect of it, and that's how we sort of learn from the students. I invite you to attend any of the Regent meetings. Lucky for you guys, it happens up in San Francisco quite a bit. If you ever get a chance, it's all publicly available. Agendas are posted. Attend the basic needs subcommittee meeting if you'd like, because you'll hear a lot about what the efforts are being done by the Regents in terms of trying to address that, including funding, programming, addressing the major needs of housing and food insecurity as one topic. Invite you to attend some of the subcommittee meetings talking about capital, because then you're talking about money that's being focused on housing projects like the one that Carl mentioned here on our campus. So there are a number of items like that. Obviously, we don't have a whole lot of time to go into every nick and cranny about all the discussion.
One thing you can do is public comment.
Okay, I'm not doing that.
Or each day of the board meetings, public can make statements. And we can't comment on it, it's just not usually on the agenda. Meeting laws, we're not allowed to comment on certain lists. And I'm not unsympathetic to what's going on, because we make livings and have housing too.
I mean, I know where you live.
Right,
Yeah.
and it's not just campus-wide, it's community. And so the third place now, and then I hope that the election coming up in 2020 is going to be super important. So please please stay active. But just because we can't say we can open up a contract tomorrow doesn't mean that we don't get it. We're human beings, we totally get it.
So yeah, based on all the information that we presented, would you say as Regents you would like support cost of living adjustments for graduate students at the UC system?
It's not before me right now. It's not before me.
Like, do you support the idea of cost of
I
living adjustments?
I support the idea of people being able to live. Because every campus is different. And I also think there are campus solutions that can be looked at before the contract is negotiated. Like what Chancellor Lee was taking at UC Santa Cruz, trying to give a little extra subsidy for housing. I don't know what the resources are, but it's a problem everywhere. It's not a problem just at the UC.
But it does start at the UC.
For your perspective, it's at the UC.
It starts at the, I mean, it is the largest provider of jobs and things like that. And it's the reasons why we noticed that sometimes because housing, as an example, went up, they have no option but to live the city, and so they kind of decided to do that. In a way,
And I appreciate that you're in solidarity with brothers and sisters. I think that's really important.
No, again, thanks for your advocacy and your continued advocacy on behalf of yourselves and your students. You might not think I would ever say this, but I would encourage you to continue your advocacy by having the dialogue and the communication, certainly on your campus, because you've got a willing chancellor and administration that's willing to have a conversation. But I would encourage you to have the productive conversations, because there are people willing to listen.
thank you, and I hope you guys, with listening, take some of this commentary back to your guys'.
And you as well.
Yeah,
It's a two-way street.
Yeah, we need to work on your behalf as well.
Absolutely.
And thank you guys for coming in.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the only way we work through any issue.
Thanks a lot. Very nice meeting you.
We're not that scary, are we?
It was nice to meet you.
Thanks. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And then you said you look up the public commentary time.
Well, it's at the beginning of every,
Great to meet you.
there are 2 days of Regents meetings, and it's morning, Monday, for your students.
March, May.
It's all online.
It's like two like whole aspects
The schedule's there, the time's there, the campus meeting's there.
And you guys should apply to be student regents. Did you guys go through that process? You guys know that whole process though, right? There's been a lot of, okay. So you've got many years to think about it. So think about it.
Thank you guys. Great to meet you both.
Thanks, guys.